Hey Sherpa users, very excited to bring to you today our newest product, direct mail. So Sherpa's direct mail is extremely easy to use. It's a total of about 3 steps with some sub items in each step, but really shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes to set up your first direct mail campaign. All of our postcards are sent with first class mail, and pricing is 44 cents per piece. We will have some opportunities for discounts coming down the line, but 44 cents is already a really awesome price. No volume minimum or maximum, just 44 cents across the board. So let's jump into how to create your first direct mail campaign. There's actually 2 ways to do it. One, you can do it straight from the campaigns tab. If you click create campaign, then just direct mail campaign, you can import and upload your list and go from there. But what I like to do, and what most people will like to do, is to start from PropStack. PropStack is your space to kind of start your actions from anywhere to go anywhere, because you dump your data in here, you list stack, and then you just target your most motivated sellers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the distress indicators to identify which of the records I have in my account that are most under distress. I'm also going to do owner status, owner not found, so that I'm not contacting people that I've already verified the owner for. So this is going to be a very small campaign. You may want to do a campaign with 5,000 postcards. Totally fine. It is just as fast and easy, but I'm just going to do a very, very targeted list here. So I'm going to go ahead and select my records, push to campaign, and then direct mail. So all I have to do is name my campaign. I can do a budget if I would like. This, on the final step, it will tell me if I'm over or under budget, so it just helps us a little bit with our budgeting. Additional settings, this is where you can set up, your Zapier, your access to the campaign, etc. What this will do is apply any of these settings to the prospects, because you still have prospect pages across your whole account. So any record that is in your account will have a prospect page. So if they call you back and say, yeah, I'm interested, you find their prospect page and you can push them to Zapier or to your CRM. So let's go ahead and hit next. You don't have to set up any of those things. They're just optional. Right now we just have postcards, but we will have letters and more coming soon. And to begin, because we've just launched this, there are 5 templates. And so obviously if it's the first time you're doing it, you're not sure what any of these look like, so you can just click on this little icon here to view all of your options. So we have a Street View option. This will pull in the Google Street View image onto the postcard. A typed out version, so this one is handwriting, done with a handwriting machine. This one's typed out. This one's got some doodles on it. They're all exactly as you see them here. This is the color of paper they're printed on, the color of ink that is used, etc. So we've got some doodles again going on here, a more kind of standard handwritten postcard here, but I'm going to choose Street View. It's just going to pique their interest a little bit more. And so here I'm going to put the phone number that I want people to contact me back at. So your responses at this time are not going to come into Sherpa. People are just going to call you at the phone number you're putting here or text you. So put a valid phone number here. You can hit test number and it should ring on the number just to confirm that you have it in there correct. If it's not a number that you're used to working with, maybe you've just purchased it from CallRail, you can hit test number to make sure that it's right. Just make sure that this is accurate, because if it's not, you're not going to get any responses from your campaign. So then we want to select who it should come from. These names are all based off of your account usernames. And so if you don't want the last name, just like I've taken mine out here, your account last name, you can put a space so that it's just blank, so that it just says Allison. Or if I want Allison Jokinen, I can select that. So it just depends. But again, this is just being pulled from your account usernames. Scheduled drop date, so the date that the mailing house is going to drop this at the post office. And it is first class mail. Depends on where it is. So the drop date may be the date that the campaign's actually delivered, but probably the next day or thereafter, the campaign will actually be delivered. So the drop dates are the date, again, that it goes to the post office. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are available. The printing house needs 48 hours, business hours in between. So that's why you see today is Friday and my next available drop date is Wednesday. On Monday, the next available drop date will be Friday. So just depends on the day of the week what your next available date will be. So I'm going to do the soonest one. So I'm going to choose next Wednesday. That's the date it's going to get dropped at the post office. All right, so the return address, this is where I want my return mail to come to. And if you have any special notes for the processor, for the printing house, you can include those here. And here I can view the front and back again of the postcard that I selected. The other items, some things are just standard here, like first class mail. Everybody will have first class mail. And then I can see this is where it tells me if I'm over or under budget. And we have to approve this artwork for printing. Approve and pay, this is what the button says, but you're actually not going to pay right away. You are going to pay, your card will be authorized 72 hours before the drop date because you can make changes between now and then. We will lock the campaign at 72 hours before, so then you won't be able to make any changes. But we're actually not going to authorize your card until 72 hours before the drop date in case you're making some other changes along the way. And then the actual charge will come out 48 hours before. So approve and pay. And then I should be able to come to my direct mail tab. It does take a second for the recipients to load in there. Let me see. Great, so 4+ distress indicators. You can see my recipients. Here I can hit edit or cancel. I'll show you the edit modal in a second, but if I hit cancel because I decide, actually, it's not the list that I wanted to do, I can hit cancel and then do it all again. So if I just click onto it, though, I can see this page that I started with during the video. Again, I can review the template that was chosen. Right now, we don't have any stats in here. Once you have the tracking link of your direct mail campaign, which we will automate for you, you will then have a link to that to view all of your delivery stats. This is the expected schedule based off of the drop date that you put in there, and then the list of the recipients. So again, we can make changes. So because I have another day before my campaign is locked, or if I had chosen a further drop date, I would have even more time, I can come and hit edit recipients. If somebody calls me, if Philip calls me, I can search for him and deselect him from the campaign so that, and hit save and update so that he gets removed from the campaign. So if anything happens between the point that you've created your campaign to the actual point where it is locked, you can remove recipients. Once it's locked, you can't make any changes because it's been sent to the mailing house. You can also edit your campaign settings. So if you decide, oh, I need to change my Zap, I need to change who can have access to this campaign, but maybe I also want to change the template that I selected. Maybe I want to change the tracking phone number, the from, the scheduled drop date, the return address, any of these things I can edit up until the point of campaign lock. Once it's locked, you can't make any changes, again, because we've already sent it to the mailing house, but in the meantime, before 72 hours before your drop date, you can make any changes. And so we do give you that countdown here so you know how long you have. Once it's the day of, it will show you how many hours until it's locked. So that's pretty much it. That's everything right now in this very first version of direct mail is getting your recipients ready, selecting the template, putting some other settings in there like your tracking number, who it should be from, your return address, and then you just reap the benefits. It's very quick and easy to set up. You can also add more recipients here. I did not mention. I can click add new prospects and import a file to add more prospects into this campaign. So I only have 5 recipients in here. I probably want to add more. I can import a list to do that. But once the campaign is sent, you will have a link here to view all of your delivery stats, and then you should start getting calls. Again, the responses are not coming into Sherpa, they're just coming direct to the phone number that you put in there. But from there on out, you should get some high quality leads, especially if you're list stacking first. That's the way to contact motivated sellers. If you guys have any questions, please do reach out to support@leadsherpa.com. We've got a lot of really cool ideas coming to direct mail. This is just the first version. If you have any suggestions or things you'd like to see or be able to do, please reach out to us and let us know at support@leadsherpa.com. And until then, just stay subscribed to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with more feature reveals.